You know that heavy feeling when someone starts opening up to you emotionally, and instead of feeling compassionate, you just feel trapped, like your brain is screaming, "Please stop." If you've ever felt irritated when people need you emotionally, there's actual psychology behind why this happens. And no, it doesn't make you a bad person. Here's what most people get wrong. Society tells us that if you're not naturally warm and nurturing when someone's crying or venting, something's broken in you, that you lack emotional intelligence or empathy. But that's not how human behavior actually works. Your brain isn't rejecting the person, it's reacting to what their emotional need represents to your nervous system. And for people like you, that reaction is rooted in something much deeper than coldness. Let's talk about the psychology of emotional unavailability. When you were younger, your brain learned that emotions, yours or others, weren't safe. Maybe expressing feelings led to punishment, dismissal, or chaos. So your mind built a survival pattern, shut down emotional access to stay in control. Fast forward to adulthood, and that same protective mechanism is still running. When someone comes to you with their emotions, your brain doesn't see connection. It sees a threat to your stability. This is tied to something called affect regulation, how your brain manages emotional energy. People like you often regulate by creating distance, not closeness. Your mindset isn't, "I don't care." It's, "I can't afford to let this in." And that irritation you feel, that's your nervous system trying to protect the emotional boundaries it built years ago. Here's the reframe. Being emotionally unavailable doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain adapted to survive an environment where vulnerability wasn't safe. That's human behavior at its core, self-protection. And honestly, a lot of people mistake emotional availability for emotional intelligence. But real emotional intelligence includes self-awareness. It's knowing why you respond the way you do. You're not less evolved. You're just wired differently based on what your brain learned to prioritize. That said, there is one thing to stay aware of. This pattern can keep you isolated, even when you don't want to be. When your default response to emotional connection is irritation or shutdown, you might push away relationships that could actually be safe. Not everyone who needs you emotionally is trying to destabilize you, but your brain might not know the difference yet. That's not a flaw. It's just the next layer of self-awareness. So if this is you, here's what I want you to hear. You're not cold. You're not broken. You're someone whose brain learned to survive by keeping emotions at arm's length. And now that you understand the psychology behind it, you get to decide what comes next. You can honor that protection and still slowly open the door, on your terms, at your pace. If this felt like it was describing you, you're not alone. A lot of people experience this quietly. You can share your experience in the comments, or just read others and realize how common it really is. And if you want psychology that helps you understand yourself without tearing you down, hit subscribe. This channel is for you.